79-year-old Gertrude Frere and her family settled in the Amazon rainforest 50 years ago, where they were met with an abundance of land and rain. But now, the nearby stream is more of a trickle. More and more of the forest is being cut down, and scientists are worried the Amazon is nearing its so-called tipping point. The tipping point refers to a limit after which the rainforest loses the ability to sustain itself. In other words, the Amazon and local climate will have changed so radically as to trigger the death of the rainforest. The consequences for biodiversity and climate change would be devastating, extinguishing thousands of species and releasing such a colossal quantity of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere that it would sabotage attempts to limit global climate change. Scientists have not yet decided where exactly the Amazon tipping point is. Some researchers argue that current modelling isn't sophisticated enough to predict such a moment at all. But evidence is mounting that in certain areas, localised iterations of the tipping point may already be happening. Ecologist Ben Hur Marimon Jr. has spent many years monitoring the rainforest.
E é exatamente esse o mecanismo do tipping point. A gente chega a ponto de não retorno, porque a floresta não consegue se regenerar mais. E esse efeito vai progredindo floresta dentro. Ano a ano, mais e mais floresta dentro. Então é um gigantesco efeito de borda, que começa é um abraço mortal da floresta amazônica.
The Amazon covers an area roughly the size of the contiguous United States and accounts for more than half of the world's rainforest. It exerts power over the carbon cycle like no other terrestrial ecosystem on Earth. For example, the tree loss from an extremely dry year in 2005 released a quantity of CO2 into the atmosphere equivalent to the annual emissions of Europe and Japan combined. That's according to a study published in Science magazine. Even as science learns more about the devastating impact of deforestation, it has surged under President Jair Bolsonaro, who supports further opening the Amazon for mining and agriculture. Deforestation remains at a level not seen in Brazil since 2008, and in 2020, an area larger than Lebanon was cut from the rainforest. Meanwhile, the Frere family members are trying their best to protect themselves from drought by diversifying their business and planting trees around water sources.
Saí fugindo da seca. Chegamos aqui, era uma fartura de água, muita chuva, muita água, muito pasto. Muito bom para sobreviver. Mas infelizmente a seca chegou aqui também. Onde que eu senti a necessidade de reflorestar, porque eu sempre quis que não derrubasse as nascentes.
But running out of water is likely to remain a constant and very real threat.